Good morning, cows. Hi, 26.
So I cleared it out with the diamond cutter and just smoothed it out, cut off all the high brush, decent amount of fill dirt. I got the skid steer with the bucket, took off the diamond cutter and attached the bucket on there. Probably just get a couple of scoops, try to level it out, and then take some fill dirt over to where we took out some of those big trees. Jen just finished cutting up those fields with the 15-foot cutter and said there are still some pretty substantial holes. So I'll go back there, try to fill them up, and then just smooth this out. And then that way she can come in here and clean up with the 15-foot cutter, and it looks good. I also did a little bit around the creek side and just see how deep it is and how far we can get. We got another 20 or 30 feet of field that we'll try to maintain. As you can see, it's a pretty substantial hole, so we'll get probably a couple of buckets and just fill it in. And that way when we pay the field, we won't have to worry about the divot or anything else like that, or a cow or anyone else stepping into it and hurting themselves. So it took about 2.5 buckets and it's now filled, so it's pretty level. There's a little bit of a divot in the middle, but it's not too terribly bad. If I need to, I'll go get some more, but Jen said there was one more on the other side, but it should be nice and easy so we can come around here, mow, hay. We'll probably seed it and spray it next year, so we should be good. And then this would be a nice hay producing field around 3 to 4 acres, and then another 3 to 4 acres on the other side. One of the things we've noticed while we were moving the cows and trying to corral them is in corral 2 there's some decent holes in the ground. You can see there, and what we're afraid is if a cow comes through and they step into that, they can really hurt themselves. There's one there, and then there's another one over here that's starting to give way. So I'm going to try to just fill some of these holes in, make sure that we make it safe for the cows. You can see there's a decent one there too. They like to hang out here, which I guess is fine, but some of these holes are caving in, and we just want to fill them in and make sure that it's safe, so when cows or even people walk through here, they don't fall into any of these holes. It's 5:30. I took probably 10 or 12 bucket loads with the skid steer, and then came back and tried to start evening it out. Still got a little bit of work to do. I could probably take a little more off there and then just even it out a little bit more and smooth it out. There was some junk, some plastic bottles, plastic bucket. There's a hydraulic hose somewhere in here that I saw, an old one, and yeah, so we were able to fill some holes, which is always a good thing. Everyone's always looking for fill dirt because there's always holes or just little projects that need fill dirt, so we were able to utilize this site and do a couple of things with that. I'm gonna probably head home here in a bit, walk over to the casita. I think we're gonna have hamburgers tonight, so it'll be good. And then I think we're gonna stay up with the kids and sit down or lay down on the front deck that we built and just look up at the stars. Jen and I stayed up last night and it was amazing. The moon did come up, but before the moon came up over the mountains, it was just, you could see every star in the Milky Way, so it was nice. Let the kids experience that as well.
Does anyone see a difference? Does anyone see a difference? Our hole is being covered up. Our stew hole. I can't believe it. Put in the comments, guess who fill up the hole.
Morning. Day 3 of part-time weekend rancher, and we're actually a little ahead of schedule. So we're gonna keep on mowing, since that's usually what we have to do anyways. Do a couple of other things around the ranch before we head home tomorrow. Kids are enjoying themselves. They're running around like crazy. We'll check on the cows again. They're doing pretty good. Make sure they got water, and we'll give them some sweet feed tonight.
We are continuing our process of clearing some of the fields to make them a little bit more manageable when we mow. JC's knocking down a couple more trees. What are you doing, Joshua?
Joshua, you buried the shovel!
Joshua, are you digging a hole?
Yeah.
In the middle of the field. Awesome. This weekend we mowed the fields across the way. We mowed the casita, mowed a little bit over by the cemetery. I've done all of this down below us and the hill that's directly on the other side. I'm gonna do this field next.
I found wood on the ground.
You found wood on the ground. That's good.
I mean, underground.
The underground. What do you think wood under the ground is?
Mine.
Well, I think it might have just been an old root to a tree. Yeah, right.
So it was an extremely productive 4-day weekend for us. We were able to get everything done on our list and then some. It's getting close to the time that we have to take the cows back to the stockyards. We'll probably look at another week or two before that happens. So we'll videotape that and let you know how that goes. And then additionally, it's starting to get a little cooler. Fall's around the corner. So we're gonna have to start thinking about some of the winter projects that we're wanting to do, which more than likely entails more fence. So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you posted on how things are going and our timeline.
Like and subscribe in the comments down below.
You okay? You okay? You okay? Nope, I don't think so.